10 years ago, my sister Sarah and I both got married within 6 months of each other. Sarah had the dream wedding, 250 guests, luxury venue in Napa Valley, designer dress, live band, premium everything. Total cost, $50,000. My wedding was different. Courthouse ceremony, backyard reception, 50 guests, potluck food, DIY decorations. Total cost, $5,000. Everyone in our family thought Sarah's wedding was perfect. Mine was called cute but basic. Sarah went into $30,000 of debt for her wedding. I took the $4,000 to $5,000 I didn't spend and invested it. 10 years later, Sarah is divorced, still paying off wedding debt, single, starting over at 38. I'm still happily married. My $4,000 to $5,000 investment is worth $110,000. Used it as down payment on a house. 2 kids, strong relationship, same family, same year, different wedding choices, completely opposite outcomes. If you're planning a wedding or know someone who is, hit that like button right now, because what I'm about to share could save your marriage and your finances. My name is Emily, and I'm breaking down exactly how my sister's $50,000 dream wedding led to divorce and debt, while my $5,000 simple wedding led to a decade of happiness and wealth. Subscribe because I'm showing you that expensive weddings don't predict happy marriages. Smart choices do. Let me take you back to 2014 and 2015. Sarah got engaged in January 2014. I got engaged in May 2014. We're close in age, 28 and 26 at the time. Sarah immediately started planning the wedding of her dreams. She'd been thinking about it since she was a kid. Pinterest boards, wedding magazines, vision boards. She knew exactly what she wanted. Napa Valley Vineyard venue, $5,000 rental. Designer wedding dress from Vera Wang, $4,000. Professional photographer and videographer, $8,000 combined. Live 12-piece band, $7,000. Flowers from premium florist, $6,000. Catering for 250 guests at $80 per person, $20,000. That's $50,000 right there. And I'm not counting rings, invitations, favors, rehearsal dinner, hair and makeup. Total wedding cost ended up being around $55,000. Sarah and her fiancé Tom made a combined $120,000 per year. Good income. But they didn't have $55,000 saved. They put down $15,000 they'd saved for a house down payment. Financed $40,000 on credit cards and a personal loan at 12% interest. I remember asking Sarah if that was a good idea, going into debt for one day. She said it was worth it. This was the most important day of her life. She'd pay it off in 2 years. No big deal. Comment below, would you go into debt for your dream wedding? Because Sarah did, and it changed everything. My engagement was different. My fiancé Mark and I sat down and had a serious conversation about the wedding. We both agreed. We wanted to be married. We didn't need a huge wedding. We'd rather save money for our future together. Set a budget, $5,000 maximum. Courthouse ceremony, $250 for the license and officiant. Backyard reception at Mark's parents' house, free venue. Dress, $800 from a regular bridal shop. Simple and pretty. Mark's suit, $400. He can wear it again. Food, potluck style. Ask family and friends to bring dishes. We provided main course from a local barbecue place. $1,000. Photographer, friend who's a hobbyist. $500 for 4 hours. Decorations, DIY. Mark's sister helped. $300 in supplies. Music, Spotify playlist. Free. Flowers, Costco, $300. Total cost, around $4,700. Under our $5,000 budget. Everyone showed up. Had an amazing time. Felt personal and intimate. We were surrounded by people who loved us. And we had no debt. None. Owned our wedding outright. The $4,000 to $5,000 we didn't spend, invested it in index funds a week after the wedding. Sarah's wedding was in June 2015. Absolutely stunning. I was her maid of honor. Watched the whole thing. The venue was gorgeous. The dress was incredible. The band was amazing. Everything was perfect. Instagram-worthy. Magazine quality. Sarah looked happy. Tom looked happy. It was a beautiful day. My wedding was in November 2015. Much smaller. more casual, but also beautiful in its own way. We were surrounded by our closest people. Everyone was relaxed. We laughed a lot, danced in the backyard, ate good food, told stories. I felt happy. Mark felt happy. We started our marriage with zero debt and $4,000 to $5,000 invested. Hit that like button if you're seeing the difference in these approaches, because the next 10 years proved which strategy worked. Year 1 and 2 after both weddings. Sarah and Tom start their marriage with $40,000 in debt at 12% interest. Monthly payment, $1,200 just for wedding debt, plus rent, plus normal expenses. The stress starts immediately. Fighting about money. Sarah wants to pay it off faster. Tom says they should enjoy life. They're young. They are paying 12% interest on a wedding that's already over. That's $4,800 per year just in interest. Meanwhile, Mark and I start our marriage debt-free. We're saving aggressively. The $4,000 to $5,000 investment grows to $52,000 in 2 years. We're adding more each month, building toward a house down payment. Year 3 and 4. Sarah and Tom are still paying off the wedding. They've paid down about $20,000. Still owe $20,000. Their relationship is strained. Money fights are constant. The wedding debt feels endless. Tom resents it. Sarah feels guilty but also defensive. It was a dream wedding. Mark and I buy our first house. Use our investment as part of the down payment. $75,000 total down on a $300,000 house. We're building equity. Building our future together. Working as a team. Sarah tells me she's jealous. Wishes they could afford a house. But they're still paying for a wedding that happened 4 years ago. Year 5. Sarah and Tom finally pay off the wedding debt. 5 years of payments. They paid about $55,000 total with all the interest. They should feel relieved, but the damage is done. 5 years of financial stress. 5 years of fighting about money. 5 years of resentment. Their marriage is rocky. Tom brings up the wedding debt in every fight. Sarah feels attacked. 6 months later, they separate. Year 6. They divorce. The $50,000 wedding lasted 1 day. The marriage lasted 6 years. A lot of that stress came from the debt. Mark and I celebrate our 6th anniversary. Our investment has grown to $9,000 to $5,000. We have 2 kids now. Own our home. Marriage is strong. Drop a comment. Do you think expensive weddings put pressure on marriages? Because Sarah's story suggests they do. Years 7 through 10. Sarah is single, dating occasionally, working on herself. She's okay now but admits the divorce was brutal. Financially, she's starting over. The wedding debt is paid off but she has nothing saved. Renting an apartment. Rebuilding. She told me recently that if she could go back, she'd skip the big wedding. Use that money for a house down payment. Start the marriage on solid financial ground. She said the wedding was beautiful, but it was 1 day. The debt lasted 5 years. The stress contributed to the divorce. Was it worth it? She says absolutely not. Mark and I just celebrated our 10th anniversary. Simple dinner at home. Kids with grandparents for the night. Reflected on the decade. Our $5,000 wedding started a marriage that's lasted 10 years and counting. Our $4,000 to $5,000 investment is now worth $110,000. We pulled some out for the house but kept most invested. We own a home worth $400,000. Have 2 healthy kids. Strong relationship. No regrets about our simple wedding. Here's what I learned watching both weddings and both marriages. Lesson 1. Wedding size doesn't predict marriage success. Sarah had 250 guests and divorced. I had 50 guests and we're thriving. The wedding is 1 day. The marriage is a lifetime. Lesson 2. Starting with debt creates stress. $40,000 in wedding debt meant 5 years of financial pressure for Sarah and Tom. We started debt-free and it gave us freedom. Lesson 3. Expensive weddings create unrealistic expectations. Sarah's wedding was perfect. Instagram perfect. Real life couldn't match that 1 day. Disappointment set in. Lesson 4. Simple weddings focus on what matters. Our wedding was about Mark and me committing to each other, not about impressing guests. That foundation was strong. Lesson 5. The money matters more than the party. $4,000 to $5,000 invested beats $50,000 spent on 1 day. We built wealth. Sarah built debt. Lesson 6. Family pressure is real but resistible. Everyone expected us to have bigger weddings. Sarah gave in. I didn't. My marriage benefited. Should you have an expensive wedding? That's your choice. But understand the trade-offs. 50,000 on a wedding means 50,000 not invested, not saved, not used for a house down payment, not building your future. That 50,000 invested for 30 years at 9% becomes 700,000. You're trading 700,000 in future wealth for one day. Smash that like button if this math is eye-opening. And subscribe for more financial reality techs. Research shows that couples who spend more on their weddings are more likely to divorce. It's not causation, but there's correlation. Expensive weddings create debt. Debt creates stress. Stress damages relationships. Simple weddings that you can afford create freedom. Freedom reduces stress. Less stress helps relationships thrive. Sarah's marriage ended. My marriage continues. The wedding cost reflected our priorities. She prioritized a perfect day. I prioritized a long-term relationship. 10 years later, the results speak for themselves. What should you do if you're getting married? Step 1. Set a realistic budget based on what you have saved. Don't go into debt. Step 2. Focus on what matters. The commitment. The people who love you. The start of your life together. Step 3. Resist family pressure. It's your marriage. Your money. Your choice. Step 4. Invest the difference. Whatever you save by having a modest wedding, invest it immediately. Start your marriage with assets, not debt. Step 5. Remember it's one day. The marriage is what matters. Put your energy and money into building a strong foundation, not a perfect party. Subscribe right now because I'm making more videos about life choices that look impressive but destroy wealth and relationships. Comment one last time. What would you rather have? A $50,000 wedding or 10 years of marriage plus $110,000 invested? Be honest. Bottom line, my sister spent $50,000 on her dream wedding, went into $40,000 debt, got divorced after 6 years, still rebuilding financially 10 years later. I spent $5,000 on a simple wedding, invested the $4,000 to $5,000 difference, still married after 10 years, have $110,000 plus a house. Same family, same year, different priorities, completely opposite outcomes. Expensive weddings don't create happy marriages. Smart financial choices and strong relationships do. Sarah learned this for $50,000. You can learn it right now for free. Choose wisely.